Okay, so I don't think there's a whole lot of chance of me replaying the next shoe and making more money than I did, when the pattern betting rules were not fully applied. This, of course, was because it was a whole sequence starting with, I think, 11:38 or something like that, maybe 11:37, which was a nightmare. But of course, I got into maximum bet levels, and I can't run one of these tests just for a few hands and then sort of say, "Well, I don't like this, so I'm going to stop." What I do is I either turn around successfully, or I take it to bankruptcy, because I think it's the fair thing to do. I mean, to give a modification of the strategy a fair run. So basically, I'm just going to go back here. Where was it? Around 2024, 10, 21, 2024, 10, 25. Let's see what we got there. It was a horror story, that much I know. Is it finding it for me? Is it not? No, I think it's just telling me to piss off, which is not very nice. I'm not happy about that. Yeah, 10, 21, 10, 21 to 10, 25. Why isn't it doing it? Oh, it's because it's always my fault. You know that? It's always my fault. And quite rightly so. All right, so there we are. So what we're looking at is we're sort of starting down here at 11:36 and just going into just a total bloody meltdown. We just cleaned up 11:40. So what I need to do here is check out 11:41, which was a success back then, but just barely. Because see, the next one was miserable, and on it went. So it's just a matter of reinstating the rules and playing the game straight. That's really what I'm about. So in progress today, Friday. I've become like a robot really with these things. I just keep on keeping on. Uh, it seems to be reluctant all of a sudden. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I pressed the wrong tit again, didn't I? Hey, had a weird old day, I guess. But I've been saying that for weeks. So what can I tell you? Anyway, oh dear, and I forgot the fast. I'm sure you realise you're dealing with an imperfect tutor, but I have a very good idea behind me. So just don't pay attention to me and just work the idea. Just learn it. It's not hard. If I can do it, you can do it. But and obviously, if you can find a better strategy than this one, go for it. And please, before you go for it, tell me about it. Um, Double for the win. No, +1 for the win. Plus another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, third. Oh dear, 7, 4, and we're hopping. P1, this is what happens. P2, damn it. 7, 7, 4. I'll collect the commission when we come to the turnaround. See, I knew it was coming, didn't I? Yeah, right. 3, 5 for the turnaround. No, sorry, for the commission. 8, 10. Not working out. 18, 22, I think, for the com. That didn't work. So it's 40, 25, and we're going to go over to blackjack. Boy, straight into the nasty. 40, 25 over to blackjack. 10 would be good. Uh-huh. 40, 40, 25. So that's 4, 2.5. So it's 6.5. So it's 7-5 now. Dealer 22. 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Not so good. All right, so we came out of that. And this is the way it works, you know. There's biking like this. I call it biking only because it's lack of imagination. I don't know. I just couldn't think of a better term for it. Cycling is what it comes from. It's just cycling from one game to another and back and forth and back and forth. And I'm not suggesting that this is reality. I'm just saying that you come to no harm if you do this. You know, because we're concerned with patterns. We're not concerned with reading the board. We're not concerned with sort of like huge long-term predictions and all the rest of it. You can't ever predict the next round beyond saying that every bet faces a negative expectation, and every bet, no matter how much or how little or where it is or when it is or why it is, every single bet faces a negative expectation and is more likely to lose than to win. And as long as we keep that in mind, we're in good shape. Okay, so we're plus 5,500 over here and 39.20 behind over there. So we're after 6 minutes we're at 1,500 up. Let's stay with blackjack for a bit. Go back to the minimum. Away we go. Okay, double for the loss. 1, 2, third. Rubbish. That was not so much rubbish. Okay, 1, 2, third. 3, 2, drop. Drop cannot be less than 100. Owie. 4, 2. It is. Don't count a win from a drop 100. If it's 200, then count it. So 4-2 it is. That's the bet. Oh, very fancy. 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Well, we can't beat that, can we? 5-6. All right. Righteous. Back to the min. Hey. It's kind of nice having that Baccarat game ready, sort of right next door, just a few steps away. Where are we now? We're at 1-2, aren't we? 1, 2, third. Damn it, getting real rubbish here. And the dealer is not. 3, 2 drop again. That's a help. 3, 2 it is. Rubbish. 5, 4. Oh dear, look at that. 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6 now. You can do that after a push. The way that works is always increase after a push up to $100, unless increasing after a push enables you to turn a recovery bet into a potential turnaround bet. Potential is always the key word, right? So now we're on 5-6 instead of 5-4. Oh, good have bloody did it. So now we got to go for this. Oh dear, that's horrible. Okay, so 5-4 is 13-8, which is 1.5, 1, and it's drop, and we're going to make it 500. Oh, look at that! And it suited just to rub it in. Now I've forgotten where I am. 1.5 1. Is it 2.5 1? 2 1. 1.5. 2 1. I think. Okay, so let's make it 1.5 2 now. I think it's time to get tough. Oh boy, that's my preference, and I sometimes regret it. Look at that! I mean, look at that! Jesus! And then I get these bloody pricks telling me that I'm manipulating this game, that it's rigged. You know, I mean, jeepers creepers, give me a break. Okay, so what did I do there? I said make it 1.5 2, so it's now 6 7 third. I could run away, couldn't I? Should I do that? Okay. You've got to stick with it. That's the thing. And you've got to have a ton of money behind you. That's the key. And that is just rude. I mean, what the wizard is catching right now in terms of hands is just amazing. And yes, I know the wizard isn't really there any more than he's in the Wizard of Oz. Oz. Yeah. Oh, that's a hit. That's a stand. All right, you're just not doing your job, are you? 1 2. That's a double. All right, back to the min. +1. Oh boy. 51. Yeah, 51. 2 3 third. Okay. 5 3. I think we'll go straight to baccarat. 8 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Oh dear. 14 15. So. Oh dear. When you have a bad day, it's sometimes a bad day. So that's like 3 2, and we're going to wait. Okay, so 3 2 is 1 2, so we're going to have to make it 1 2.5 for the commish, I think. Oh, happy day. Okay, now back to the min, and we're on the banker now. One 3 commission, going for commission. 4 4 6. There we go. Thank you, banker. See, I think the most important thing is playing these games with a plan. Stone cold sober, never tired, never stressed, never uncomfortable, never bewitched, bothered, bewildered, or any of that stuff. Ignore all of the casino bullshit which they throw at you all the time. You know, the whole idea that these games are completely, absolutely, always unbeatable, and that losing is fun, which is what's promoted by the likes of Vegas Matt and Mr. Handpay and Brandon O'Brien and Bobby Rivas and even Crazy Cody Burn Money. These guys are all in the business of telling you that it's so exciting to lose. What happened? I lost? That was no fun. We're on 1 3 again, I think. 4 6. All right. It's 10, 12, don't know, 10, 6, but we're waiting. All right. 4, 5. All right, player. We're not making much over here, but we're bumping along because we got some money in the tank now over at Blackjack. 7,150 over here, so we're doing all right. Doing better than those professional losers, I'll tell you that much. Double for the loss. 1, 2. I just bet differently over on Banker because I'm always anxious about making sure that I get the commission covered. It's 1, 2, so we lost the 1, 2, didn't we? So we're hopping. And there we go, P1. So 3, 2. 5, 4. I go for the commission on the turnaround bet only. 9. Well, I suppose this is, technically speaking, it's a... Yeah, 9, 10. Okay. So now 2, 1. Hopping again. B1. It's so maddening, but you know, there's nothing you can do about it. So it's... Is it 2, 1 now? 1, 2, I think. 3, 4, second. 7, 8. We're going up. We're going to have to go to Blackjack in a minute, I think. Okay, so 15, 8. Let's go over here and see what we can do. Look at that. God! 15, 16 for the push, you cheeky bugger. That I like. We've had a few of those, you know. But it happens. This is the game. You've got to have money out when it matters. All this bloody piddling shit that they do, these professional losers, you know, where they just bet the same thing over and over again through a long winning streak, and I'm sort of like sitting here and I'm watching, I'm thinking, this is bad for my heart. All right, well, I think that's put us, what do those guys say, Front Street. For some reason, every time they say that, I think of Fremont Street and all the happy hours I spent down there over the years. +1 for the push. That might do. Could have been more. +1. Yeah, I like that natural very much. Don't like that so much. 1, 2, second. Oh, look at that. Oh, 22. All right, back to the min. I wish those guys would all stop promoting those shitty games with a dealer 22 as a push. What nonsense. It's just disappointing that the gaming commission, as they call it in Nevada, doesn't sort of say, no, wait a minute, that's not right. Is that a double? Don't think so. I'm going to check. No. All right. Just as well, huh? Oh, look at that. I was going to say, don't have the ace, you rotter. Is that +1? How quickly I forget. So that's going to be 1, 2, second. Ooh, 3-4 third. Ah, 7-4 drop. 6-ace against the 3. I used to have all of these things in my head, and for some reason I just, it all fell out. This is going to be expensive. Look at that. So okay, was that? So we're now on 7-8, aren't we? 7-8 second. No, 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 no. That's wrong. Um, that's wrong. Uh, I am struggling to remember, but I think it's. I think it's probably. It was 7 before, wasn't it? It was 7-4, I think. So now it's 13-4, and we're still in the drop zone. Now it's 15-4. Not ideal. 17-4. This is really awful. Think how it would have been if we weren't in the drop zone, though. Oh, 22, 17-4. Okay, so we're on 15-4, which is not good. 19-8. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, it's just 19-8. Well, we can't make it 19-20 because that's too much. So we're just going to stay on 19-8, I think. Now we can double. Oh dear. I mean, what is catching up there is just amazing. So that's 19-8. And we just lost 16. 19-8. So 35. I think I'd better call it 35, just round it all up. That was pretty clever, wasn't it? I mean, I'm talking about the wizard getting some incredible hands. But this is like I'm always saying, this is the game. This is how it goes, And I just wish that people who are skeptical about pattern betting, which is not for sale, I'm not asking for money for it. I'm not trying to flog anything. I'm not trying to get money from anybody for anything. I'm just anxious to, having learned this over many, many years, I just want to get it out there to dent the casino's profits, because the more that I see of their greed and their indifference to the damage that they do, not just to individuals but to society as a whole, I just want to make a little bit of a dent in their profits. And if I can pull that off, I will consider my job done and all my efforts worthwhile. And of course, I will continue to use this method, but not as overtly as I'm using it here right now. So anyway, I think we got out of that, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Back to the men. And I'm going to get people saying to me, "Well, you couldn't go back to 25 after betting all that." Well, it doesn't matter. I'm just tired of all that nonsense, all that silliness. All right, 1-2. Third. You couldn't do 22 that time? 3-2 drop. 4-2. 5-2. 5-2 it is. Oh, fuck. Pardon me. So that's 5-2 it still is. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I can make it 5-6 now. Oops. I think I can make it 5-6 now after the push. Pity about that. So we'll repeat that into a new shoe. We'll try it again. Look at this nonsense. That would be 11, 12. I think it's the third, but I'm not absolutely sure. Oh boy, here we go. How come he didn't pull a 10 up there? Pfft. Something's wrong. Okay, let's go over to Baccarat, which is not looking good. But there's the session balance currently. Not good at all. And blackjack is 32,800 ahead, so that might make you feel a little better if you give a damn. I'm not even sure if I should have been on player, but anyway, I don't care. That's a repeater, I think. Where am I at with this? One, 2, 3, 4, hopping. So we call it 3-5 because we're going to the banker. That's good. Minimum on the bank. Yeah, there's lots of wiggle room here in this strategy, that's for sure. But as soon as things start to get pear-shaped, to go south, to tits up, not tits up, because that's the extreme. But what I'm trying to say is when things get a little bit sticky, then just go back to the core and don't stretch it at all. Don't mess with it. Don't do anything. All right, so 50 lost on bankers, so that's okay. So that's 8-5 waiting for player. There we go. 3-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Minimum. But it's all about, once you get to your target, once you win, once you achieve your target, you fall back to the minimum. The biggest pitfall for gamblers mostly is, okay, so if you hit high betting levels and high bet levels and you win, what now? Do you keep betting at a high level, or do you step back and say, okay, so I just won a bunch of money, that's great, I'm happy, and walk away? Well, of course, people find that very hard. But if you're working with a strategy which basically runs the show for you and says, okay, you're done, start over. And if that means going to another table, that's fine. But just don't let the casinos tell you how much to bet and when to bet and all that sort of stuff. You're in charge. Table limits are meant to restrict you so that you're limited in what you can do with progressive betting, because the casinos are fully aware that progressive betting is their worst enemy. This is why they keep throwing crap at it, all kinds of insults about the martingale and so on, and all these professional losers will do their little turn. They're like bloody performing chimpanzees. They do their little thing where they say, well, let's try the martingale and see how that goes. Oh, God, isn't that terrible? What a terrible waste of time that is. Oh, dear, that never wins. And they all do it. They're all sort of like performing whatevers, you know. Seals? Whatever. 25 lost on player, double. But progressive betting is the only way that you can beat these buggers. It's as simple as that. And they know it. So they restrict you as best they can. They limit you. They take pictures of you and use, you know, facial recognition. They'll ban winners. It's ridiculous that they're allowed to exploit losers, drunks, fools, but they can bar winners. Here in England, they say, well, it's you know, they're just protecting their business. Well, it's just plain wrong, because they're like drug dealers. That's what they are. They're like drug dealers. They are, you know, they will always say the same thing. Nobody's putting a gun to anybody's head. We're not making them bet. They decide how much to bet and when to bet, which of course is strictly not true because of table limits. So that the casinos are taking as much control as they can, but they always say, no, it's not our fault. We didn't make them do that. It was their choice, and this is a free world, a free country. People have the right to choose. Blah blah blah. What is that, like 4-5? Okay, so now it's 9-5 and we're hopping. 9-5 is the deal. 14-10, so that's 3-2. And now it's 3-3-3-2, 1-2 plus a bit. No, 1-3. 4-6. It's what you get for being whatever it is I'm being. 4-6. It's got to be 10-12, hasn't it? That didn't work. Okay, so now we're on 22-24 and we're waiting to come over here. Let's call it. Oops. That was a really bad shoe. I'm going to write this down. So we're going to call it 22-25. And I think what we'll do is go over to blackjack. That was awful. Awful. Another failure. 18 into 10,000 and 38 into 42 and a bit, 42,500. We failed. Dear, oh dear. Okay, so blackjack to the rescue, we hope. We have a bit of money here, so we're going to bet 25,000. Oh God. That's not good. All right. If ever you saw an example of why Dealer 22 as a push is a rip-off of the highest order, behold. I mean, seriously. Damn nation. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up now with great embarrassment because we've got a fluky win of 83,000 here and a terrible loss of 32,500 over there. But let's face it, we did all right. So I've showed you the chart, haven't I? And I showed you the chart for the other one. So I think we're in good shape. And I'll catch you next time. All right then. So it looks like I forgot to pull up the nastiness. I suppose I was afraid to look at it. I mean, I'm actually no, I'm doing that wrong. That's wrong. I'm thinking, I'm sure I looked at that, but maybe I didn't record it. I don't know. This sort of like getting to middle age thing is definitely not a good thing. 18 into 99, 50, and 38 into 42, 42 and a half. I know I've pulled this up once before, but I'm just obviously losing it. Making money though, that's the main thing. I might be going mad, but I'm making money. Thanks to, of course, the blackjack thing over here. And the reason that I'm, so keen to always have 100,000 over here is it's the most that the Wizard Sim allows. And so if you see this, then you know it's winnings, because I'm not able to, the only way that you can get more money on the Wizard Sim is to kill the game you're in and reload it. You can't get this unless you want it. It's that simple. So going back over here, horrible, horrible, horrible situation. Plus 18 into 9946 and minus 38. Should have run away. 42,325. I think I got a bit cocky there because I knew I had a shitload of money on the blackjack table. And yes, I know it's all simulated and it's not real. And I have had people actually say to me, you do realize that this wouldn't work in a casino. Well, of course it would, and it does, and it did, and it will, but there's so many negative people. And of course, what you get with a lot of these professional losers is they sit down at the damn table and say, yeah, well, I've got 1,500 here and I'm going to get dusted, or I'm going to get wiped out, or, they expect to lose. They're just like ordinary people, but ordinary people don't have Google checks coming in every month. That's the difference. And this is why I get as agitated as I might appear to be at times with these, these exploiters of idiocy. They're as bad as the casinos because, their audience is consisted of people who think this is the best thing in the world. It's the best entertainment, and their dream is to go to Las Vegas and bet like Vegas Matt or Mr. Handpay or whatever. But they won't get the merch sales. They won't get the promos. They won't get the freebies and the free plays and the free rooms and the free bloody flights and the sponsorship deals and the Google checks, That's the difference. And these people don't seem to realize that. I mean, you read the comments that come in under, I picked Vegas Matt in particular because he's the most successful of all of them, which means he's the most dangerous, right? And, you look at the quality of the comments underneath and they're all sort of like bootlicking, kind of like, ooh, we love you. It's so entertaining. This is something, it makes our day. It's a highlight of our day. How anybody can get entertainment watching anybody else gambling is beyond me. I mean, I am trying to teach something here. I'm just sort of saying, okay, progressive betting is the way to go, but be careful with it, control it, keep it sort of under tight limits, and so that you can work your way through losing streaks. But above all, remember, it will not hurt you to just back off and say, uh-oh, I'm not doing this. This is too ridiculous. And, so here, this is what I should have done here. 18 wins and 38 losses. Damn it. I should have been out of there. But it was because I had that big pile of money over at blackjack. So I wish I was perfect. No, I don't.